Hey everyone, Kaylee here. I am starting a new once weekly series on my channel. On Mondays, I'm going to be doing a product review every single Monday, and essentially my reviews are going to entail as much information as I can possibly give you. I don't want to just sit here and kind of ramble on about products. I want to tell you guys about what the company says it does and evaluate whether or not whatever product I'm talking about actually lives up to the claim that it has. I also want to show you all the different ways that you can use whatever product it is. So hopefully I'm not just showing you what's good and bad out there in the world of products, but also helping you learn how to use your products. I think that's something that's kind of missing from my channel right now, and I think it's very, very helpful when you know not just how to do different hairstyles, but how to use products to help you to get the best hairstyle that you can, and how to use products to keep your hair as healthy as possible. So hopefully this is overall extremely educational, and I hope you guys enjoy this. If you can think of a snappy, cutesy name that includes something about products or reviews or anything like that and the word Monday, let me know, because I've been trying and I can't think of anything. But if you guys can think of a cute name for this little series, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. And that's it. Let's go ahead and get started with today's review. Today's review is on the StyleSexyHair Spray Clay. This is a texturizing spray clay that has a level 1 out of 10 shine and a level 7 out of 10 hold. So essentially what it is a mattifying hairspray that has clay in it. And what the company says that it does, it allows for a fine and even product distribution to achieve an all-over textured look with a matte finish, provides a dry texturized finish with buildable holes, and it allows for targeted or all-over application towards endless styles. Now you might be wondering, what in the world do I do with this product? It's a texturizing spray that it's like a hairspray and it has clay. Why would you want a hairspray that has clay in it? Let me tell you. But I want to start off by talking about what you can do to kind of change the way that your hairstyle looks with this. There's a lot of different things, but I think overall this is your ultimate like mattifying, beachifying, Blake Lively-ifying product ever. One thing that it's great for is you can spray it all over and get a kind of beachy texture. Or kind of like I did today for this kind of like Blake Lively, windblown, lived-in looking hair. So it just kind of looks like, you know, you didn't really try too much, but your hair looks awesome anyway. At least I think it looks awesome anyway. The other thing that you can do with it is to target it to specific areas in your hairstyle. Now the way that I would do this is to target it towards your ends. I've actually done that in a tutorial that I did before, and basically I had this all over style that was all curled and pretty, but I wanted to make it a little bit less formal looking. I wanted to make it a little bit more lived in, a little bit more current. So I just sprayed this right on the ends just to make them look a little bit lived in, a little bit less polished, and I thought the overall look was really great. To lift up your roots and actually spray this right at the roots for a tiny bit of volume. Those of you with fine hair might have tried this before on your hair, just lifting your hair up and spraying hairspray at the roots, because it's a great way to get a little bit of volume. The final set of things that you can use this for is to help you style your own hair. Now the thing is, sometimes if your hair is a little bit on the soft or silky side, it can be hard to get certain styles into it. Braiding even is tough because your hands are constantly slipping off your hair, especially if you're doing an intricate braid. So using a product like this is really, really good because you can spray it onto whatever area you're trying to work on, and it gives you grip on your hair so your hair is not sliding through so much. Now it will mattify, so if you don't want a matte style and you want to keep it completely shiny, you might want to go with the hairspray instead. But if you're okay with having a matte look to your hair, this is an amazing option. The final thing that you can do for all over your hair is just as a finishing thing for all over your hair. So if you finish like a beachy updo or a bohemian updo and you want it to look very lived in, very natural, but still have that hold throughout the day so that you're not, you know, losing your hairstyle throughout the day, this is good because it's going to give you that mattification, that texturized look, but it's also going to add hold so that your style stays throughout the day. It's time to kind of critique the product. Now, we have to talk about whether or not this lives up to the claims that the company made. The first claim is that it allows for a very fine distribution throughout the hair for an all-over matte look. Absolutely, I think that's really one of the great things about this product is that it doesn't clump on certain areas of the hair. That might be a silly thing to point out, or might seem like a silly thing to point out, but nothing is worse than when you apply a product and it ruins your style because it clumps up to certain areas of your hair. And you want to know if a product is going to do that. And this one, just because of how finely and evenly it disperses with the aerosol thing like that, it's really great, and because the product is very fine in and of itself, it really doesn't stick to anything. Second is that it provides a texturized and buildable finish. Yes, you can use a tiny bit of this, which is kind of what I did today. I just used a little bit for just kind of like a little windblown, you know, messy-ish look, but you can use a ton of this stuff for a very texturized look. So maybe if your hair is shorter than mine and you like kind of having a really shaggy looking hairstyle, girl, this is where it's at, because you could really spray that into your hair and really build it up and it would really, really, really do that. But for me, this is usually about as far as I go. You can have a targeted or all over application, yes. Because of the way that it comes out and because of the way that it looks, you can either do it all over your hair for, you know, this, or you can do it on certain places in your hair for just worn looking areas in the hairstyle. We're going to finish off just specifically with my thoughts, just kind of my impressions of the product. So first of all, I really love how versatile this is, because there are some of you guys out there that would just use this lightly all over your hair for kind of windblown, beachy, Blake Lively-ish look to your hair. There are others of you out there that would really build it up on certain areas of your hair. Like if you have, even if you have like a pixie cut, this would be an amazing product for a pixie cut because it's not going to weigh your hair down. You can just get that great texture so that you can play with your hair throughout the day. It would be great on shoulder length hair to really accentuate whatever layers you have going on there. I can just imagine this working so differently on so many people's hair, and that's what I like about it. The second thing that I like about it is that it's not only texturizing, it's not only that kind of like clay effect that you get on your hair, but it's also a hairspray, so it's actually holding your style in addition to creating texture on it. And I think that's really great because, I mean, honestly, you can use a dry shampoo to get that kind of dry look to your hair if you want to. I've talked about that in videos before. But this actually kind of adds on to that by adding in the hairspray element so that you're not only adding texture to your style, but you're actually adding hold to your style. I know we all want, because nobody really wants to have to touch up your hair 5,000 times throughout the day. It gives you that texture without making your hair sticky. I swear, every single time I try to find a product that will add texture into this hair, and I put it into my long hair, I instantly regret it because it's immediately like sticky-ville, and I have to immediately take a shower because otherwise my hair is going to end up in a giant mat because it's so sticky. And that's kind of a long hair problem, I guess. Most kind of texturizing products are meant for short hair that can't get that tangled. So I like that this one is universally usable. You can make this really, really work in short hair, but you can make this really, really work in long hair and it's not sticky. So it's not going to turn your hair into a giant matted crazyville, because that's just not fun. So that's it. Overall, I like this product. I recommend it if you're somebody that's looking for a texturizing spray of some kind. It's a great one. It's my favorite one that I've ever tried. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoy this idea of a series kind of thing. For the next probably like 4 or 5 weeks, I'm only going to review products that I really, really like, just because I'm trying to get used to it. I haven't really done a whole lot of like talking videos where I just sit and talk to the camera ever in my YouTube career, so I'm trying to get used to it, and I think part of that is kind of talking about products that I genuinely like, that I've experienced a lot, that I kind of really, really know well, just because that makes it easier for me while I'm getting used to talking to the camera. So just so you guys know, for the first couple weeks it's all going to be positive reviews, but if you guys want to see stuff that I really disliked, let me know, and I will definitely incorporate that in the future. That is really it this time. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. I hope you found it helpful. List any questions you have in the comments. I'll try to get to them. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!